What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in again. On this video today we've got another European heavy hitter. We got an Audi Q5 here, 2012 model it appears like. 2012. Yes, she is. And brake pads. In typical German car fashion, brake pads come with pad wear sensors. So we've got this side apart, but that doesn't really help this video or help you guys. So we're gonna move on to the other side and we're gonna do this step by step. We're gonna unbox the brakes. We've got some Zimmermann rotors made in Germany, some nice high quality stuff. If you guys frequently work on European vehicles, I suggest you don't buy Chinese brakes, Chinese ball joint suspension, yada yada yada. There's a lot of pretty relatively priced aftermarket brands. Most of them come out of Germany. It's real high quality stuff. If you're buying one of these cars, it's not the time to cheap out on stuff like this, or else you should probably just buy a Corolla or a Civic. Okay, so again, typical German car fashion, 17mm wheel bolts to pull the wheel off. Nothing to that. Take the wheel off. This is what your caliper and rotor look like before we start taking this stuff apart. Now, anybody that kind of looks through the wheel on these Audis may think that these are actual bolts, but these are the anchor pins. This is not you don't put a socket on here or anything. And along the back side here, we're going to start with the slider bolts, which are 13mm. We'll get our electric ratchet on those. Make sure you got a bungee cord or zip tie ready, so that when you do take your caliper off the rotor, you've got something to hang it off. You don't want to hang it by the brake line. That's probably the worst thing you can do for your brake line. Caliper off, nicely hung and safe. We're going to move to the caliper bracket now. Two 21mm bolts, one here, one there. Okay, now that you got the caliper bracket off, we're going to be moving on to the rotor locating screw, which is a T30. Get that little guy off, and our rotor is going to fall right off. So it's always good practice to use a rubber mallet when removing rotors, even though we know rotors like this are garbage. This is a good tool to use, even in the event of the rim being stuck to the actual hub. You don't want to damage the backside of the rim. Some of them are aluminum. It's not very hard to bust a big chunk out of it. So a rubber mallet is always a very safe bet. Our nice new Zimmermann rotors. So let's just open up the box. Let's see what these guys look like. Now isn't that beautiful? Coated rotor. Nice. Made in Germany. Nice. Got our T30 locating screw on there. Rollers on there. We're going to move on to the caliper bracket. Get the caliper bracket on there. Get the 221 mil bolts from the back. Make sure that's torqued. And then we can move on to installing our pads. Okay, got our new pads. We got some new slide pin bolts and our brake pad sensor. If you've never done brakes on a Euro car before, a lot of times they have these sticker backings, so you're going to take these off before you assemble them. Okay guys, so you got your pads in, you got your rotor on. Make sure to torque those new slide pin bolts that the kit was provided with. We know our caliper bracket bolts are already torqued. So last but not least, we're going to install the pad retainer. As always guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys saved a couple bucks on your Audi Q5 brakes. If you guys liked this video, if you guys liked my other videos, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit the post notifications bell up there, wherever it is. And happy motoring guys, keep your sticks on the ice.